It's Ocean Aria on the Allure of the Seas. It's Ocean Aria in the Aqua Theatre on the Allure of the Seas. This was our first night on the cruise. So when we were putting our cruise together, we decided to reserve this in advance, which you're always recommended to do because these shows tend to book up very quickly. And if you're planning a cruise, you don't necessarily want to wait until you get on the ship in order to try to make your reservations for something like this, because on a 7-night cruise, they only do these a couple of times, maybe 3, I think. And they only hold so many people in the Aqua Theatre, and they sell out very quickly. Well, they don't sell out. I mean, you don't purchase the tickets. You just have to make your reservations. So you definitely want to try to do that before the cruise if you can, if you have an idea of when you might want to see it. We've done that on the last 3 of the cruises on the Oasis class ships, and it's worked out pretty well for us. So we've actually seen this show 3 times. Twice on the Allure and once on the Oasis of the Seas. And I can tell you that the show is pretty much the same from what I can remember on all 3 times that we've seen it. But it's also one of those that I would love to see it again. And anytime I would be on an Oasis class in the future, I would absolutely want to see it. It's just, it's one of those rare things that you don't get a chance to see it anywhere else or something like it. And when you take into account how difficult it is to do and just the athleticism that's involved and so forth, it's a unique thing, and you definitely want to see it if you get a chance if you're on one of the cruises on the Oasis class ships because of the Aqua Theatre. But you definitely want to make your reservations before the cruise starts as early as you can. That way you know that you're going to get a spot. We have had one instance on the Oasis actually where the day that we had made the reservation for, there was a problem with the pool and they had to push it back to later in the cruise, but we still got to see it. So what you're going to see here is kind of a compilation of different parts of the show. The show itself is it's over an hour long, I think. So these are just little bits and pieces of the show. The show is kind of broken up into a couple of different parts. You'll see segments of the show where they're diving. You'll see segments of the show where they're doing acrobatic stuff on kind of a trampoline. Then you'll see some parts of the show where they're sort of in the pool doing like aquatic gymnastics or something like that. Different types of different parts of the show, different areas of the theater back here, and towards the end you're going to see where they use the upper part of the stage area. I've got the camera kind of pulled down a little bit because I'm trying not to attract too much attention while I record this. But at one point towards the end here, you're going to see where they're using the upper parts of the stage area, and then there are 2 spires that go up towards the top, and they actually dive off of the top of those. So here's the upper parts of the stage that I mentioned earlier. And if you think about diving from the top, the very top of those two parts there on each side of the stage, down into that water, that's almost 3 stories. Maybe 2.5, 2.5. And that pool of water is not very big. And imagine it too being on a moving ship, potentially moving around. Now they will tell you that if the ship is moving too much because of rough seas, they can't have the show, because they have to have, the water as calm as possible. So we've actually seen that before too, where the seas were too rough and the show had to be sort of postponed to a later night in the cruise. So they do take that into account as well. Hey, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, be sure to hit the like button. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button and don't forget the bell icon so you can be notified when I post a new video.